in a used copy of Antoine de Saint-Exupéry's Little Prince much earlier this year. And I'll pass it around because who knows, once I write it, this might be worth something. Acceptable Pam and the Ultimate Jujube. It's a story that's unwritten, but I think you'll agree that the title sounds promising and might even kick ass. In the in-between time, meantime, I'd like to do for you a poem that I wrote a long time ago, a very scary Halloween poem about ideologies that run amok, how they curl over and intertwine with each other like a ball of snakes. I am the new Allah. I strap on the bomb. I blow up my shoes to make you all gone. You never got to know me, so I figured I'd show you that I am the new Allah when I strap on the bomb. I'm the new blood. I call myself oil. You burn me in your chariots, I make your sky boil. You don't want to talk, it's too far to walk. The very thought makes you recoil. So I must be the new blood. And I call myself oil. I'm the new Christ. I call myself dollar. I'll make you crawl and yearn. I'll make you scream and holler. This recession, my depression, a scrap of paper that we follow. Because I am the new Christ. And I call myself dollar. Oops, my money broke. I'm the new Satan. I call myself you. Because you're the only reason that I do what I do. You can scream and condemn, you can blame it on them, but without me, you're through. So I am the new Satan, but don't sweat it. I'm only you. One day soon, I'm going to wake up dancing. One day soon, I'm going to wake up still. One day soon, I'm going to wake up healthy, man. One day soon, I won't be feeling so ill. And look out! Because on that day, I become the new Buddha, who calls himself the most gone. I'll have no nation to protect, no dreams left to reflect on. You can fill my veins with Freon, 'cause I'll have no world to be on. When I become the new Buddha, who calls himself the most gone. Thank you. All right. Now we're going to start things off, put you in the capable, creative hands of Andrew Cowker. He's a junior English major. We'd like to welcome him, please.
Howdy. Yo. I'm Andrew Cowker. I'm going to read 2 poems today at this beautiful AWS for the Lit Fest. The first one's going to go quite well along with what Dr. Tom just performed for us. So this one's called Rumi and the Magical Mystics, Reflections on Religion. I am Christ, Catholic, Luther, Pope, Orthodoxian, Gnostic, Sufi, Rumi, roofied in the bathroom of blood, beer, and banal Buddhism. Screaming shamans shitting on silly stoops in the back alley city of modern religion, at the same time preaching to fence posts and potholes and pavements of never-ending sidewalks. Yelling, mortality shakes you down, makes you round, and then puts you in the ground. Mumbling motor car, motorcade, manifolds are more beautiful in autumn. Flailing their naked extremities extremely close to everyone and everything. And I too, confused and cold and caring, try to take off my clothes, but the layers never ending. The consumer onion, bastard of neon lights and buzzing brains, wired, weary, and worried. So finally, at tender twilight, in moldy motel monastery, I close my mystic eyes and dream. This next one, I just finished on Wednesday, because it wouldn't be AWS for me if I didn't finish 2 seconds before we started. I actually just typed it up 10 minutes ago. I had a chance to photograph a breakfast thing down at a corporation near here. And to get to the breakfast, we had to walk past these big rooms full of cubicles and people working on logistical things. And it scared me. Because we're reading Dante right now in the world of Dr. Connor. And to me, it looked like one of the circles of hell. So this one's called Greetings from Hell, a Corporate Memo. I know what I don't want to be, caught in streaming fields of filling cubicles, coffee breaks, and hey, how are you? And oh man, how about that weather? And sitting in complacent offices of nice jobs and frying 401ks and hellish healthcare, banal board meetings, putrescent parking lots, and faceless bodies with name tags, signing in with security guards who don't even carry a gun. Dante, I found the 10th circle of hell. It runs 9 to 5, it's governed by your boss who is some corporate asshole whose car probably costs more than your house, and the Contrapasso is looking at all the taxes taken out of your paycheck every Friday for all eternity. Lord, save me or smite me now. Give me back alley bakeries, third shift severities, sweat and blood and piss and beer and life beyond closed doors and cubicle graveyards. Give me hundreds of people saying I'm idyllic, juvenile, and immature. Give me grilled cheese and paper plates for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Give me grease-stained, ripped crotch, torn knee blue jeans for work attire. Give me everything I'm not supposed to have once I'm pulling a steady job and have finally become an adult. Give me hell, O capricious creators, you celestial beings of capitalism. Give me hell while I laugh about goopy government shutdowns. Because I'll still visit Abe at 4 o'clock, early morning mass, piss drunk, howling into golden hour perfect splendor when the time comes. When the time comes, give me me. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Andrew. Now I'd like you all to welcome a first-time reader here at the Alvernia Writer Series. Her name's Caitlin Evans. She's a freshman communications major. Welcome.
Hello. My poems are not as dark as Dr. Thomas's or Andrew's, but anyways, this first one I wrote inspired by my friend's poem. He's an amazing poet, and I am not up to his standards, but hope to be maybe one day. Dance the tightrope across silent conversation, balancing above ruin on hope, salty drips of anticipation. Time takes past the scope towards a revelation. Darkness crawls fast to choke, fall into endless oblivion. These next two are haikus, because I'm better at haikus than regular poetry, so they're very short. Low light laughter kiss, eyes alive with blurry bliss. Closed, they burn brighter. Sink into skin deep, heat of violence sighs relief. Extinguished sparks free. This next one, I just got a vision in my head of just like a falling star. And up in the sky it's beautiful, but it's really just like a rock burning in the atmosphere. And people always wish upon stars. So this is just what came to mind. Weeping willows watch, waiting for wishes to appear. Above the reaching branches they lay, scattered across the sky. Awakened, they fall at random in dancing waves of flame towards soft ground that is wet with perspiration. Suffocated beneath damp doubt, they fade, lost, unsought. This, wishmakers don't give another thought. Forgotten, they are extinguished.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. Okay, now please join me in welcoming a senior English theology, that sounds like a double major to me, who, his name's Anthony Caffarelli. All right.
Proverb of Antonio. Beware of the woman standing within the warped paint-chipped doorway. Her enticing eyes like diamonds fixed in bands of golden eyeshadow. Her scarlet lips like an oasis of moistened rose petals amidst her sandy complexion. Her curling locks like gently flowing caramel on bare shoulders, her alluring perfume like balmy meadows of soothing lavender. Her slim physique beckons wandering wayfarers into her sensuous palace. But lo, her macabre dwelling, a sepulchre for men, her passionate kiss, the envenomed pangs of vipers, her indulgent bed, their abominable graves. Her silken sheets, stained by embalming fluid, their funeral pall. Maggots and worms, all writhing, protrude from her orifices. Alas, she's death's concubine. Beware of the woman standing within the warped paint-chipped doorway.
All right, thank you very much, Anthony. Okay, now we're going to hear from another first-time reader at the Alvernia Writers Series. She's a junior biology major. Her name is Cassie Colosimo.
Okay, so I'm Cassie Colosimo, and I get a lot of inspiration from books I read. And when I say I love to read, it's kind of excessive, but you know, I say as addictions go, reading's pretty good and pretty safe. So I then throw like my own thoughts and feelings and experiences into. So the first poem I'm gonna read is called Pounding the Pavement, and it was inspired by a book called Sea of Tranquility, which I really connected with. So, okay, here we go. Pounding the pavement, watching life go by, feeling the sweet freedom, the release. All the while running from the past and the present, running toward my future, hurtling at breakneck speed that's coming way too fast. Pounding the pavement, with each footfall, pounding the pain away, but still running from my problems, running from the worries, from the pressure. I need to get away. Pounding the pavement to make things disappear, because the tears still threaten to fall. Running to escape the drama, the hatred, the sadness. Pounding the pavement, reaching the brink of exhaustion, until finally it all stops. Then it's quiet for a while, and everything's okay, but it builds up again, and that need to pound the pavement starts all over. Okay, so this next one's called Caught in a Riptide, and I just wrote this like maybe 2 days ago, so. But it's, again, inspired by a lot of books, but also it's just coming from the perspective of that girl or even that guy who has a crush on a friend and doesn't know if they want to make it something more or not, and they're worried if they do, what will happen. Okay, so caught in a riptide. I got caught in a riptide while floating in the endless sea. There has to be some reason why you crashed into me. I don't know how it happened or why it came to be, but out of all the possibilities, I'm happy that it's you. And now I just need you to see. Even though we've only known each other for a little while, I hope we can be more one day. I want to take a risk with you and let my mind not get in the way. I'm still caught in that riptide, still floating in that endless sea, but who knows what the future has in store for us, because at least for now, you're here with me.
All right, thank you very much, Cassie. Now we're going to hear from a junior special ed major. His name is Justin Addis. He's also a first-time reader here at the AWS.
Thanks everyone for coming out, it's awesome. So my name's Justin. I've been writing since I was 8 years old, which is actually when I started this book. I've rewritten it 5 times. I'm trying to get it published, but that's a whole other struggle that, if I talked about that, we wouldn't have any time for anything else. So this is an excerpt from my first finished novel. I'm working on my second one, I'm about halfway done. A menagerie of orange and blue light danced through the branches before him as the sun-splotched sky began to glow and the morning arrived at long last. Vander sat upon the sanded-down stump of a fallen tree, his eyes trained on the shimmering sky, which reflected its same light color. The day's first breath swept through the trees and through the young man's locks of interspersed blonde and brown hair, striking up an orchestra of rustling that one who lived near water might suspect was a wave crashing into the shoreline. Opening his mouth and taking in a gasp of that freshest air of the day, Vander turned his gaze upwards to observe the spectacle above, to truly gain an appreciation for it before he would have to leave it behind him. The young man marveled at the sunrise for a few moments more and questioned how he had never deemed it worthy cause to awaken early, to view it before. Yes, Vander had witnessed mountains, spires dancing so delicately through the canopy of trees, but Vander could not help but beam at its serenity. Several minutes passed before the young man pressed his hands against the stump beneath him and stood tall before his forest, stretching and feeling the fibers of every one of his finely toned muscles tighten and relax. Approximately 10 steps to the left of where Vander was sitting sat his only companion in this serene isolation. The sun's rising light reflected with an exquisite sheen off of the metallic surface of his lone partner as the young man approached. A large portion of Vander's memories consisted of soaring through the trees of the great forest with his companion, searching for a spring of water or his next meal. Reaching out before him, the young man wrapped his fingers around the hilt of his steel friend, his blade, an extension of his own arm. Hoisting the enormous sword, about a foot in width, nearing 5 feet in length, over his shoulder, Vander departed deeper through the trees, into a particularly unfamiliar part of the forest. The young man felt a sort of connection with the blade, through the fact that its origin was just as undefined as his. How Vander managed to acquire this trusted weapon, he did not know. He could not recall, no matter how hard he pried into his own psyche. What the young man did know was that the blade felt natural in his hand, that it was an excellent tool for gathering food, rending the local vegetation from its roots, and granting merciful death to the animals of the forest unfortunate enough to wander past his starving eye. Though this day would be quite different from any other he had ever had, the young man held his sword close as he raced off under the shadow of the forest canopy, where he went, his trusted companion went. On an ordinary day, Vander would have awoken a few minutes after sunrise, when the morning star's first light touched his face, and missed the spectacle he had experienced this morning. The young man would have spent some time pacing about, stretching, enjoying the dawn's warmth and the air, awakening his body for the day's events. On an exceedingly fortunate day, Vander would not have to adhere to this schedule. These days occurred only directly following the day of an incredible hunt. In these sometimes rare occurrences, Vander would enter town to trade in his catch for goods or clothing. But this was neither an ordinary day nor an exceedingly fortunate day. Today would be something incredible, something new.
Thank you very much, Justin. Okay, now we're going to hear from a junior criminal justice major named Louis Lasik. He's a first-time reader here at the Alvernia Writers Series. And I hope he doesn't mind me sharing with you that he wins the prize for best hairdo at the this year's Alvernia Writer Series. He shaved the letters T and M onto his skull, which stands for tonsorial majesty. Take it away, Lou.
I suppose if I won the award for best hair, I should probably take my hat off and show you all.
Yeah.
Pick words and made the TM stand for that, whatever your heart's desire. Yeah, so I'm a first-time reader, never done this before. I don't really get nervous about a lot of things, so I'm going to try not to get nervous about this now. So let's jump in and do it. I just picked a couple things out of a nice little bag of what I consider poetry that I have. So first one I have here, I wrote about my shoes. Start off nice and easy. You've been where I've been, you've felt what I've felt. We've overcome all that to us was dealt. You've been tattered and torn, while throughout the days were worn, yet never have you failed when I come in the morn. Made of leather and glue, you knew what to do, and up till the end you saw me right through. Now, laugh if you must, but in them I trust, for with love I abuse, it's them I will choose. Let it be known, this man loves his shoes. Now this next one, I wrote junior year of high school for an assignment. I got a 7 out of 10 because it was supposed to be free verse, and I said I like rhymes better, so I got a kind of bad grade on it. But hey, I liked it. I like what came out of it. So I entitled it A Song of My Life. My song is fresh, my song is young. I have many years until it's sung. I go through life without a care, without regret, without despair. I seize the day without delay, but heed the words of those that say, be wary of the days to come, for you are not forever young. My song is full, my song is old. I heeded the words that I was told. I lived my life with all my might to prepare myself for this dark night. As I lay my head to sleep, I look around at those who weep. I tell them I am laid to rest, to place my head on earth's warm breast. Be wary of the days to come, for you are not forever young. Another one, real short. Flowers may fall while the leaves will stay, and the wind will sweep them all away. But I know that there will be a day when the flowers will remain to the leaves' dismay and spread forth their beauty in every which way. Another one, I don't know, words kind of rhyme, so. The smell of the air, it tastes like the sea, brings back the thought of an old memory. I'll never forget the sound as they crash, the sight of the waves as tall as the mast. The smell of the water still clings to my hair, if it was still there. Myself and the sea are an inseparable pair. I'll love it more fondly than maiden or lass. I get no such pleasure when I lie in the grass. I belong to the ocean, the land is not home. The sea is my comfort, the place of my throne. Doing good on time?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, the next one's kind of about time. I don't know. All right. Yeah, nice and short. Quick to the point. Why don't you forget the time and let it stand still? Forget how the sun sets through your open windowsill. Feel the wind strike your coat and whip up your hair as you take a deep breath of that cold winter air. If you look to the heavens and look to the sky, such wondrous beauties can near make you cry. Stars smile down and make you feel free, and even if by yourself, they keep strong company. Time will stand still and wind will blow past, air pierce your lungs and stars will stand fast. Led into darkness to find a great light, for a light shines its brightest in the dark of the night. I'm gonna keep going, all right. Everything is ready, well are we prepared. My legs are standing steady, and none of us are scared. Fear would be a burden, susceptible to loss. Fear would be a hindrance, and I dare not pay the cost. So readily we leave now on to face our task. Readily we move ahead. I pray that we will last. My brothers to the left of me, my sisters to the right. I stand with them, and they with me, to make it through the night. I stand with them, and they with me, to make it through the night. Three more short ones? Okay. All right, we got time. All right, this one called How Can I Turn Off My Light? How can I turn off my light? How do I surrender to the night? It wraps in around me and fills me with fright. Where have you gone when nothing is left? Your body becomes barren. Is your soul now bereft? I fear the unknown, yet I feel warm desire. I am to it as a moth is to fire. I know it will take me. I know it will shake me. I dream upon hope that it just might awake me. Scare me and snare me, but if I'm judged fairly, I hope my misdeeds were done all too rarely. I think I can do this. I'll summon my might. I think I can surrender unto the night. I know I can do this. I'm up for the fight. Now let free my hand to turn off that light. This was actually probably one of them, I wrote it like 4 or 5 days ago, I don't know, called The Drink. The drink that drowns, the drink that kills, the drink that in my glass slowly fills, the drink that buries, the drink that hides, the drink that to me softly cries, the drink that empties, the drink that clears, the drink that brings my heart to tears, the drink that saves, the drink that forgets, the drink that assuredly will end my regrets. The drink, the drink, the drink, the drink. The drink has brought me to the brink. The drink has brought me to the end. So fill up another and drink, my friend. And last one here, kind of, I guess we'll tie in some school spirit. A little thing I like to consider my own personal alma mater for the university. I like it. I think it's not bad. So, Alvernia, Alvernia, for thee I will stand true. I feel the love down in my heart for your maroon and golden hue. The sisters my advisors, and St. Francis as my guide. The knowledge that you gifted me, joined with love, I wear with pride. From Zygmunta to Pacelli, Bernardine to Francis Hall, O alma mater, keep us now, Alvernians one and all.
All right, thank you very much, Louis. Okay, now we're going to hear from yet another first-time presenter at the AWS. He's a junior healthcare major. Please welcome Terry Harrington. Thank you.
Hello. I don't know. I'm weird with these things. So in spirit for the Halloween season, I actually wrote this a little while ago. It's based on a poem called Tam O'Shanter by Scottish writer Robert Burns. I titled it In the Night, just so it's not too much of a ripoff, but it's not a ripoff, it's just a dedication, I guess. There was a man who was wandering in the meadow one night. He had been at the bar and had a little to drink, but not enough to make him drunk. The moon was full and shone high in the summer sky as the man rambled through the night. A breeze picked up which caught the grass to dance. Feeling left out of the fun, the man began to dance to the breeze. The stars shine bright in the sky with the moon, which guided the man on his merry way. Unknown to him, eyes had been following the man as he carried on. Picking up a stick, the man swung it through the air as if it were a sword. He laughed to himself as he had just won a battle, and threw the stick through the air to celebrate his victory. As the breeze began to pick up, something rubbed against the man's feet. A twig snapped, and the man stopped in his tracks to investigate. Everything seemed to stop. The breeze, the grass, the trees. Even time felt like it stood still. Carefully, the man scanned his surroundings and fell to his knees with a sigh of relief. Taking advantage of the opportunity, the eyes that had been watching the man leapt from its position and rushed the man from the trees. They carried him through the woods, traveling faster than the man could process what was happening. The figures took the man to an unholy place where a fire burned and several figures in masks danced. The man let out a cry and began to pray. The figures began to chant and call to the man. They beckoned to him to join them. One figure formed behind the man, wearing a mask with large, gruesome teeth. A rush of steam came from the mouth of the mask and ran along the back of the man's neck, sending heated chills down his spine. Skeletons and bodies, all in masks, danced around the fire and chanted the man's name. A smaller figure wearing a mask of a young boy's face grabbed the man by the hand and led him to the middle of the fire. Life almost ceased to exist to the man as he felt his time wearing thin. Crackling and cackling filled the air as the figures danced. At first, the man tried his best to resist the tiny figure, but soon found himself walking with it as if he were in a trance. Coals and embers littered the ground and left no trace of dirt or grass in the area. The man felt the warmth of the coals on his feet, but did not feel the burn as he slowly entered the fire. Effortlessly, the man's body began dancing on its own. The fire raged in the reflection of the man's eyes as sweat drew from his brows. Then a cloaked figure appeared in the middle of the fire, stemming from the shadows of the other dancing figures. It raised its hands, revealing a hand without skin, and pointed a finger to the man's heart. Tears rolled down the man's eyes as he felt his heart pounding inside of his chest. The cloaked figure then raised his other palm to the man's forehead. Memories of his childhood and onward rushed through the man's mind, making him relive his life in a matter of seconds. Light filled the area, outshining the trees that had been burning. The cloaked figure turned his palm upwards, holding a green light that danced with the outline of the fire. Red eyes burned from under the hood of the figure's cloak. The dancing figures changed from a tribal dance to a uniform tarantella. Legs flailed in the air as hands clapped and kept a steady beat. A deep, booming drum followed their clapping and directed their sense of rhythm. The cloaked figure raised his hands and blew out the green ball that fit warmly in his hands. Growing bigger, the ball changed into a deformed flame and finally became the man that stood before the flame. The man's skin became white like a ghost as he watched himself dance in the sky. His body collapsed as his soul hovered above him, dancing with the other figures. The cloaked figure shrank back into the earth, creeping slowly back to the figure's shadow from which it was born. No words came from the man's mouth. No motions came from the near lifeless body that lay in the middle of the flames of fire. Tears continued streaming from his eyes as he watched the taunting figures dance the night away. Memories of sins flashed through the mind of the man, some that were his and some that weren't. He looked past the essence that hovered and danced above the soulless body. The man looked into the sky, questioned if there was a God, and prayed. A slight breeze picked up as the green soul tilted its head back and laughed. Without a second to spare, the soul switched from standing up to hovering parallel over the man's body and gazed into his eyes. It gazed into the empty space that would be its home. Slowly, it leaned closer to the man and realigned itself with the soulless being. A rush of energy flowed through the man, but the tears kept running as he stood up and began to dance the tarantella. The figures flailed their legs more and more violently and weaved in and around each other with more speed. The laughter and chanting steadily became louder and louder as the dance became more hectic. A break in the lines occurred when one figure kicked another figure's mask off and the figure became engulfed in its shadow and shrank back into the earth. Every figure looked at one another and began to flail fists instead of legs. The man saw his chance to run from the ritual, and bobbed around the figures as they mutilated each other. Young boys attacked emperors, while princesses struck at animals. The moon shined bright as the man ran from his captors in hell, jumping over large rocks, running up and down hills, dodging tree limbs, and stumbling over roots. The man summoned all of his energy to flee from what he had saw. The only thing that kept him company was his shadow. What seemed to be an eternity took merely an hour for the man to return to the meadow he cherished. Looking up at the moon, the man let out a cry and prayed. Never again did the man want to have another encounter such as the one he experienced that night. He knew he would often think back to the time of his dancing with the dead and oft dream of his nightmarish encounter. Crickets chirped throughout the night as frogs croaked. The moon was full and high above the ground, reflecting in the pond that lay beyond the trees. The man looked into the distance, but did not see any trace of the fire where he laid.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Terry. And now we're going to hear from a junior forensics and biochem pre-med double major. Sounds like a very busy guy. We're glad he could join us today. Please welcome Alex Roche.
All right, guys. So I guess I'm not exactly a poet, but I'm a musician. And I got into this music writing thing. I was originally going to do 2 songs, one which I wrote this morning and tried to put together this morning and got it. It sort of works. It's about my sister and me, but yeah, I'll leave it for next time. So I decided I'd kind of give like a sort of story type of thing on how I got to my music and what it's all about. So I have this thing where I try to write this really nice emotional music and it just doesn't come out right. Like this meaningful stuff in the right words and I can't get it right. And then when I put the meaningful stuff in hilarious terms, it always comes out right. And I seem to find the salvation in my medical moral theology class. You can ask Terry. I sit there and I'll sit there and listen to Professor Lawton say, and this on euthanasia, and then the spark just comes to my head and I can write everything in the world down, and I don't know. I wrote the song this morning outside of med moral, so that's why I'm a little iffy about it. So I'm a little picky when it comes to writing, but a little kind of like intro. I'm gonna tune because this is Sally, guys, this is Sally. It's my sister's guitar. I have a guitar, his name's Casimir. I'll tell you. I named him after I work at a convent in the summers. I'm a groundskeeper, and I named my guitar after a South African priest I once had lunch with. Swell guy. And it was a Canadian nun, a South African priest, and me having lunch together. It was wonderful.
What'd you have?
I don't know, like sandwiches or something. It was like a thing. The people are always at the convent. It's on Welsh Road. Beautiful place, Precious Blood Convent. I'm surprised I haven't written anything about crazy nuns there. So, I don't really stand and play either, and that's still incredibly long. I'm gonna steal a chair, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little bit rambly. I've always been a little rambly. I like talking.
He's not really going to steal the chair. He's going to leave it here. Just
steal
on
the chair.
anybody
Is that for them?
yeah, I think it goes
Okay.
right to
I
the-
wasn't really planning on using this mic because when I sing, I get kind of loud.
There you go.
Anyway, because I'm still rambling. Because this is the awkward moment where I tune a little bit. So the song I will be singing for you guys today, I wrote during Med Moral. It's the second song I wrote this year because before I had kind of given up on it because it wasn't coming out right. And I wrote my first one, which is way too inappropriate to sing here. And the first one is all about the one night stand and breaking the social norm. And this one, somebody, I think we were getting on the shuttle bus and somebody said, I'm hopping on the struggle bus and I need help. And I was like, oh my God, the term struggle bus, what? And if you don't know what that means, it just means like you have a lot going on, you're struggling with things. So this song is all about the struggle bus, all right? So we'll see how it goes. Okay, Sally's still a little out of tune, but yeah, that should be good. Okay. So, struggle, 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 I'm struggling. Struggle, 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 the struggle bus. Struggle, 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 Lord, set me free. 'Cause I've been a-struggling. So, wheels on the bus go round and round and around and round, but they bring me down, 'cause that girl broke my heart. Sun didn't start my day off again. So I slap on the smile that may go for the miles. My chin's off the floor, but I'm still feeling sore. Stuck in this timing, I'm singing and rhyming as I sit in my own grave. So get up, get out, you know I tried to make your day. And I was pushing, pleasing, but I couldn't make your black sky gray. So when it's raining and a car drives by and my shirt gets soaked and I have no ride, so when the baby cries, my headache thrives, and I'll take my seat on the struggle bus. Struggle, 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 I'm struggling. Struggle, 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 the struggle bus. Struggle, 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 Lord, set me free. 'Cause I've been struggling. So just a little like intermission. Do you guys notice how I'm using like wheels on the bus go round and round? It's fun, because now I'm gonna go to the wipers. So wipe, 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 and wipe away all the shit from the other day. I don't have some tissues, you're making me miss you. Respectfully blow it out your ass. So get up, get out, you know I tried to make your day. And I was pushing, pleasing, but I couldn't make your black sky gray. So when it's raining and a car drives by and my shirt gets soaked and I have no ride, so as the baby cries, my headache thrives, I'll take my seat on the struggle bus. Struggle, 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 I'm struggling. Struggle, 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 the struggle bus. Struggle, 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 Lord, set me free. 'Cause I've been struggling, I said my prayers, I paid my fare. Why, oh why am I still sitting shotgun? I pulled on the cord, walked out the door, but I'll be back here soon. I'll be back on the bus again. So I smiled and we go for the miles. My chin's off the floor, still feeling sore. I'm stuck in this timing, I'm singing and rhyming as I sit inside my grave. So get up, get out, you know I tried to make your day. I was pushing, pleasing, and I couldn't make your black sky gray. So when it's raining and a car drives by and my shirt gets soaked and I have no ride, so as the baby cries, my headache thrives, take my seat on the struggle bus. Struggle, 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 I'm struggling. Struggle, 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 the struggle bus. Struggle, 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 Lord, set me free. 'Cause I've been struggling. I say my prayers, I say my prayers. Say my prayers, say my prayers. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house ain't home. 'Cause I'm on the struggle bus. I had to put the last. You got me. Louis got me. I had to throw a little Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone in there, because that's our jam. That's how we do. I have other songs, but I'm not.
You want?
I mean, on a scale of 1 to completely inappropriate. No, see, they're saying no, so I probably shouldn't. Don't let them do it. I wouldn't. I mean, I got other. Nothing good enough for this.
All right, thanks a lot.
I'll have to work on it for next time.
Thank you, man. I tell you what, I eat this stuff up with a spoon. I love it. I want to thank all of our readers and presenters today. Andrew Cowker, Caitlin Evans, Anthony Caffarello, Cassie Colosimo, Justin Addis, Louis Lasik, Terry Harrington, and Alex Roach. Let's give them all one more applause. And I think I'll leave you today with a bit of a humanistic mission moment from the mind and pen of Jack Kerouac. Praised be man. He is existing in milk and living in lilies. And his violin music takes place in milk and creamy emptiness. Praised be the unfolded, inside petal flesh of tenderest thought. Petrels on the follying wave valley idly sing themselves asleep. Praised be delusion, the ripple. Praised be the holy ocean of eternity. Praised be I, writing, dead already and dead again. Dipped in ancid inkle, the flammed of Tim, the Oglo-Saxon maneuvers of old poetos. Praised be wood, it is milk. Praised be honey at the source. Praised be the embrace of soft sleep, the valor of angels in valleys of hell on earth below. Praised be the non-ending. Praised be the lights of earth man. Praised be the watchers. Praised be my fellow man for dwelling in milk. Thank you all for participating. Thank you for coming out. There's another poetry event here on Wednesday where the winners of the intercollegiate poetry contest will be presenting their work. And great googly moogly. See you all soon, I hope.